I love that. So, Real Colors is one of my bread and butter workshops that I facilitate. My brand is Chicago's emotional intelligence expert, and so I help people to improve their emotional resilience through facilitating workshops, one-on-one coaching, but mostly talking about things that help them to improve the psychological safety of themselves and the environments that they're in. So, Real Colors is a personality tool that teaches people how to engage better with themselves and other people. There are four colors that we all have within us, and they are blue, green, gold, and orange. And it just helps us to be able to articulate who we are as people by the character traits that are typically described through those colors, if that makes sense.
I love that because you know what? When I was building our station and I was looking at the psychology of colors, I'm a really
Mm-hmm.
big advocate for like blue is trust and those things
Mm-hmm.
like that. So I love the fact that you created something standing on those principles and thank you for seeing that. How did you get into that field?
I actually was introduced to it when I was a classroom teacher. So I started in the education field about 10 years ago. I'm going on my 11th year now. And when I was teaching, we took a class called a Real Colors class for the staff members, though. And so because we were able to identify the colors of our staff members, it helped us to be able to collaborate better, which turned our school around in 1 year. So we went from being a level 2 school on the SQRP score here, which is not terrible, but like it's definitely not the best, to being a level 1 plus school, which is the highest rating that you can be, because kids don't learn from people they don't like. And once we started to be able to engage better with each other, it helped us to be able to see the kids better. And then we did the colors training with the kids as well. And so I knew at that point that I wanted to become a facilitator, but I just didn't know how that was going to happen. And last year, well, I actually became a certified facilitator about 2 years ago, but last year I decided to step out on faith into full time entrepreneurship. So I just celebrated my 1 year anniversary as a full time entrepreneur in
Congratulations.
June. Thank you. Thank you. It's exciting, girl, but that's another one of the reasons I'm exhausted all the time. So, yes.
I love that. So, when you stepped foot into the Miss Corporate America pageant, what was your platform? Was
Mhm.
it emotional resilience?
Emotional intelligence. Yes, my platform is that emotional intelligence is essential, not optional, because many people look at it as a soft skill, but it's really the glue to all relationships and the things that you do to exist in the world with other people. And so I feel like I have been placed in this world to help bring humanity back into the workplace. And I do that by helping people to improve their emotional intelligence overall.
Wow. So, for those of our listeners that may be listening who may not understand fully what emotional intelligence is, how would you put that into your words, Dominique?
I try to give the textbook definition. As a teacher, I want to make sure I'm educating the people with the proper knowledge. So, emotional intelligence is simple. It is your ability to understand and manage your emotions as well as influence and understand the emotions of the people that are around you. So, many people say things like, well, this is just how I am, right? Or I know this about myself. And self awareness is one of the four quadrants or four pillars of emotional intelligence, but that's where they get stuck oftentimes. They want people to accept them for who they are, but they don't understand how they influence the energy in a room or how they engage with other people when they're having bad days. So self awareness is the first step, but it's also about knowing about self management, how to manage your emotions during those times, social awareness, how to engage with other people, and relationship building so that you can build relationships that drive results.
Where were you in my last relationship? Because the way my ex boyfriend
Girl,
was set up, do you offer those
listen,
types of classes?
listen. I needed it myself. So shout out to my honey now. You know, like he's getting the best version of me. He just texted me as we
Yes.
talking on the phone too. That is hilarious.
I love
But
that. I
if
love
you need me
that.
now, girl, I'm here. I'm here. You got my phone number. Call me.
I got you locked in now.
Yes.
So, did you notice that when you stepped foot into this field, how bad or how low, I guess, most people's level of emotional intelligence was? Because I've always said we're living in an era where people are so self aware that they have lost
Hmm.
awareness of others. So, were your eyes open to how much of a bigger need this was when you actually became a facilitator?
Absolutely. And while my specialty is working with schools and impact organization and underserved communities, is needed everywhere. So I actually just landed my first corporate client a couple of weeks ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you, so that I can support their teams for sure, for sure. But the biggest thing I remember, I was selected to be a teacher leader at my school in order to help improve the restorative practices because we gave the kids a survey and they said that school felt like a prison to
Mm.
them. So I was tasked with helping to improve that, and I worked on implementing mindfulness strategies for my team. But when I started reading about what emotional intelligence was in order to help out the collaboration of my team, but also the students in reducing those disciplinary incidents, it changed my whole perspective on everything. It made me have more grace with myself because I'm trying not to use technical terms, but I have to. I learned about what's called the amygdala. Have you heard of that
I've
term
heard of that.
before?
I've heard of that.
Okay, yes. So the amygdala is the organ in our brain that is able to detect whether or not there is a threat around us.
Mhm.
And sometimes, most times, our amygdala is working too well because we're thinking that things are perceived threats
Mm.
when they really aren't, right? So when I learned, I was like, dang, there's nothing wrong with me. Like this is supposed to be happening and I can choose how I can respond. It was life changing for
Wow.
me. So I really want to help people to understand that even though you don't get to choose how you feel about something, you absolutely get to choose how you respond to that feeling. So
Wow.
that's really the bread and butter of what I do.
Wow. So in a brief description, how would you or what words would you give each color? Like just a like blue is this personality, like or gold is this. Like
Hmm.
what's one word that you would equate to each color?
I love that.
Mhm.
So for blue people, they are typically my feelings folks.
Mhm.
They're the ones who care about how things look and feel to other people. My green people are my knowledge or context folks. Those are the ones who ask the questions, and that information is what provides security for them. My gold people love structure and timeliness. So those are the people that are going to be dependable. They're the people you go to when you're looking to build your business or you need some spreadsheets done. They're analytical, things like that. And then last but not least are my often misunderstood oranges. They are my rule breakers, but they're not rule breakers because they don't think that the rules make sense. They're rule breakers because they are ambitious and they think outside of the box. So they can
Mm.
find the best way to do things for them and for many other people as well in order to win and get there quickly. So you need oranges on your team, even though they may sometimes be a little bit more difficult to manage or engage with.
You hear that, Nelly? I'm talking to my business partner now. As you're describing it, Dominic. I'm looking at him like, you know, I'm an orange, right? Y'all better
I'm
start
sure
respecting
I
me.
could tell. I can tell.
can
Absolutely.
can
And you've
some
probably
be a
been orange your whole
combination?
life.
Can you be a combination of them?
Yes, you absolutely are. So what I teach people, we have all four colors in us, but we typically are operating within our primary two.
Mm.
So because I'm making you all aware of what the colors are and what that means, it then allows you to be able to see the colors in other people and learn how to speak in the language of the
Mm.
listener and listen in the language of the speaker. Because just because you have those top two primary colors doesn't mean that you can't access the other ones. You just got to slow down and process and work a little harder to get there.
Wow. And so for our listeners out there, what can and you've said this before, but just on a layman's terms, what can knowing your colors do for you, just in your daily life? How does knowing how you identify just help it just in every just ordinary ways?
I love that. It empowers you to be able to speak up and advocate for yourself. A lot of times people say that they feel like sad or mad or they don't have the language to articulate their feelings and their ways of being. So it gives you that, which then empowers you to be able to show up authentically in every space that you occupy. So that's the biggest thing, that understanding that those things about yourself will do, but it will also strengthen your relationships because you're now not butting heads over small things. You have
Mm.
increased your empathy skills. You can see perspectives from different points of view, and it allows you to work better with people so that you all can really get things done. One of my favorite sayings is, if you want to go fast, you go alone. But if you want to go far, you go together. And Real Colors helps you to do things together.
Wow. So speaking of being together, when you stepped foot into the MCA competition, Dominique, what was the first thing that went through your mind?
Girl, I am a dominator. You hear that? My name is Dominique. So I came down there to dominate. I came down there with my squad. They had on their I am a dominator shirt.
Okay.
All of my followers and fans online, they were rooting for me. We were ready for this. I absolutely knew I was going to win.
Yes.
So coming up as first runner up is a great accomplishment, which I am almost at the point to where I can say I'm proud of that, but I'm not a second place type of
I feel
person.
you. I feel
So
you.
it was very difficult to accept in the moment. But I am still Miss Corporate America, Illinois. I'm the queen of Illinois. I'm the
Yes.
queen of
Yes.
America for real. If you
Yes. You
if
talk
we're
that
talking
talk.
about it, but so I just had to get I'm grateful for that experience because what it has done is turn me into my own client.
Mm.
What I teach my leaders to do is I have a philosophy called the 3 Ps, which is to pause, process, and pivot. And these are the 3 Ps of emotionally intelligent leadership. And so I've had to do that over this time frame because I expected to come away with the crown and do things nationally as Miss Corporate America that
Mhm.
I'm now not necessarily doing. So I paused, I licked my wounds, I got myself together, let my community love on me. I
Mhm.
processed the whole competition and everything that I gained and not just what I lost. And
Mhm.
now I'm pivoting so that I can show up in a way here that is still inspiring to those people who look up to me, but also so that I can get my business out here and really
Mhm.
help the people who need to be helped.
I
So
love
I'm,
that.
I'm grateful for that.
And I'm so glad that you're real enough to be like, listen, I was supposed to come out, one way and I came out the other. And you address that pause. You adjust that process because, people make it seem like, okay, if you win and you don't win, that's it. But you still placed, but there was still a process for you, to accept everything that had taken place and where you did land. So how has life changed for you since being first runner up?
Life has changed in what way? I'm trying to be mindful of my words here. The biggest thing that has been different since becoming first runner up, my eyes are open to a lot of things.
Mhm.
And so I am much more gentle with myself. Usually in the summertime, I'm outside a lot, but I didn't do that this summer because I really had to recover. I put my all into that competition and I had to build myself back up to show up strongly and boldly in all the spaces that I occupy. So I've just been more tender and gentle with myself. I did not expect the notoriety that has come with it. So like when I'm outside, often I'm recognized in
Mhm.
spaces that I had not been before, but that's because we were campaigning so
Okay.
hard. On my way back, my boyfriend and I went on our first vacation back at the
Aw.
end of July.
Okay.
And girl, we were in Las Vegas, and I'm coming from Las Vegas back to Chicago, and I hear in the airport in Las Vegas, "Is that Miss Corporate America, Illinois?" Oh my God. So I was like, all right, yeah, hey girl, come give me a hug. Let's take a picture. Like, let's do
Right.
all the things. So it's just being on all the time is a
Mhm.
little bit different than what I had been used to, but I had started getting used to that on the campaign trail anyway. So I'm proud of that. And my daughter, my youngest daughter, Eva,
Mhm.
is also very proud of me, and she wants me to wear my crown and sash at all of her events too, because she
Aw.
speaks and does plays and is a leader at her school. So I show up brightly for her too.
I love that. So, what advice would you give the next woman who may be coming down the line and thinking about competing? And then, how can we get in touch with you just in case? I think I need a facilitator for my business. I need to find out what my business partner's colors are. How do we do that, Dominique? How do we do that?
Yes, girl. So my first piece of advice is immerse yourself in community. Make sure that you have a team of people that are strong in the areas that you might not be so strong in so that you can show up fully and authentically as yourself and you can have your team take care of all of the other logistical things. So that is important. You cannot get this far alone. That's
Mhm.
number one. And then number two, I would always say to give yourself grace, but also not too much grace because you got to get stuff done.
Mhm. Mhm.
So
Mhm.
true leaders, they lean into discomfort. And if you are not comfortable being uncomfortable, you need to rethink whether or not you feel like you're a good leader.
I love
So
that.
those are my 2 cents. You all can find me in a variety of places. So my first point of contact is my website, which is www.ucanation.com. That stands for Urban Community Alliance, which is the name of my business. My Instagram for my business is also at underscore UCA Nation. And if you want to keep up with your girl on the socials, because I'm fun and all of that, my personal social media page is at underscore Domonique Natasha. That's DOMONIQUE Natasha spelled regularly.
Got it. Got it. Look, I'm trying to keep up. I'm following along now. I got my
Yes, girl,
follower.
I'm gonna follow you right
Let me
back.
make
I'm
sure
gonna
I
follow you right
support. Let me
back.
support. So my last question is, if you could give yourself one piece of advice now that you've gone through the competition, now that you've, won and placed, just looking back, what's one piece of advice you wish you would have given yourself prior?
Oh, girl, that's a good question. What is one piece of advice that I would have given myself prior to the competition?
Hmm.
Hmm. You
Outside of
might did,
outside of bringing some flats.
look. I see. No, because I had my plan. I was prepared. I told you I came down there to dominate. So I was the one on the long days providing people with snacks
I
and
know that's
energy
right.
bars. I had my comfortable clothes. That was the only thing that I didn't have was a blanket. It was so cold. Oh my gosh. I would have wore long sleeve pants and shirts when we were practicing.
It gets
Like,
cold
girl,
up
you know you
there.
be cold. All yes.
Hmm.
You know you are cold all the time. Like, don't be trying to be cute. You got this six pack and you've been working on these legs and all of that stuff. You want people to see it, but be sensible, Dominique. Be sensible. So maybe that's the piece of that.
Every other year, I will get with Nisa. Would love to
Mm,
have you a part of it. It just salutes dope women doing dope things from all walks of life. So I am excited for you, Dominique. I love the energy. I can feel you from here. Congratulations again. Hold it down. Do your big
thank
one.
you. There you do your big one.
Um,
You know, Cash Dollars from Detroit. I'm Dominique from Detroit
what up,
too.
though?
So like
What
that's
up,
me.
though? What up, though?
You know? And it sounds like you're trying to invite me to come to Atlanta. So,
I slick am. Did
ooh,
you catch it? Did you catch it?
I did. I caught it.
As
I'm
long as
picking
you
up what you're
catch
putting
it.
down there. Yeah, I got it.
Well, thank you so much. I will make sure I stay connected to you as well, and we'll get that situation worked out so we can definitely embrace you here in Atlanta. But thank you for so much. This was such a great conversation about recognizing that emotional intelligence and resilience are needed, especially in this day and time. Thank you for being committed to the work. We need more people like you, and I just honor you in this moment. So thank you again, Dominique.
I appreciate you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Ms. Dominique Briggs. That is the one and only first runner up from the Miss Corporate America pageant. Make sure you stay connected and find out about Real Colors, her being a facilitator, as well as the Urban Community Alliance. If you have a business out there, whether it's big or small, and you're looking for someone to come into your business and to help you evaluate the people around you, I don't know if you do relationships, but we're going to ask her when we get back on the phone. But if you're looking for someone that can help you identify your team so that you can better message them, speak with them, understand them, and grow your business because we are here to prosper, make sure you hit her up. You can go to underscore UCA Nation and contact Dominique. She is available and ready to work for you. So, with that being said, you guys stay locked in. Last on my playlist, I got Dr. Kevin Ease from Live Brookhaven coming down the pipeline. Y'all stay locked in. One more, don't go nowhere.